Do you find that the minute the clock strikes 12 midnight, you're hungry? That's the topic of today's Diet Free Zone show. Hi, I'm Bonnie Giller, a registered dietitian, nutritionist, and certified intuitive eating counselor. So things are going along great throughout the course of the day, even early evening. Everything seems fun and great, and all of a sudden it's midnight or close to it, and you are hungry. You feel ravenous, and you start eating, and it's almost in an uncontrollable fashion, like you just can't stop. What causes this midnight hunger? Well, there are several reasons that we're going to discuss in today's video. First, irregular meal patterns. So stop for a minute and think how your eating is through the day. Is it haphazard? Are you sort of living a chaotic lifestyle and you're kind of eating as you run, whatever you grab when you can type of situation? Are your meals really just like an on-the-go kind of thing where you're not even sitting down and eating? If that's the case and your eating is haphazard, then your body doesn't necessarily know when it's going to get the next source of nutrition. Like, when is it going to come again? It doesn't necessarily know. And at the end of the day, it's possible that maybe you only ate 1 or 2 meals, or maybe you were just grazing some snacks throughout the course of the day, and that will cause you to be hungry later on at night. It's basically the cells of your body screaming at you, feed me, feed me, feed me. Now, listen, if you're in this situation and your body is screaming to feed you, then it probably feels uncontrollable because your body is looking for some quick energy. And where do we get quick energy? From simple carbohydrates, which are foods with sugars, sweets and sugars and pastries and things of that nature. So if you find that you have all these cravings come midnight, consider how you're eating throughout the course of the day. Number 2, poor or inadequate nutrition. So even if you are eating meals throughout the day, are your meals well balanced nutritionally? If they're not, then your nutrient intake is poor. And guess what? Your body is going to let you know what it needs. So even if you're eating sufficient meals, so they're like, yeah, look at my plate, it's a full plate, but it's not rich in nutrients, you are going to be hungry. Your cells require a certain amount of nutrients every single day to function properly. So think about how you're balancing your meals. Think about what you're putting on the plate, what you're choosing, and how you feel after the meal and several hours after. Now, we get into gentle nutrition later on in the intuitive eating journey. But if you find that you are snacking at midnight and you're not sure why, because you are eating during the day, take a step back and just look at the what you're eating at mealtime. All right, number 3, hormonal fluctuations. So there are what we call appetite hormones that regulate our eating. We have the hunger hormone called ghrelin and the satiety hormone called leptin. And there are certain factors that actually can skew these hormones. So under certain physiological conditions, the hormones are off balance, and you're going to have an increase in the ghrelin and a decrease in the leptin. And when you have an increase in the ghrelin, you're going to find yourself what? Craving sugar. So some of these factors that might cause this imbalance include stress, include deprivation, sleep deprivation, and food deprivation, dieting, as well as menstruation. So step back and consider, is my midnight hunger and snacking possibly caused by hormonal fluctuations? 4, emotional hunger. Many times I see this really quite often with my clients. When they're looking for food at night, it has nothing to do with biological hunger and everything to do with emotional hunger. What are you feeling in that moment? Are you sad? Are you lonely? Are you frustrated? What are you feeling? Now, I get it. That is not always easy to tap into, emotional hunger. But it's well worth getting some support if you think that it's emotional hunger driving you to eat at midnight. And number 5, an imbalance in your blood sugar levels. So we really do understand that it is important to have stable blood sugar throughout the course of the day. This is in everybody, not necessarily somebody who has diabetes or pre-diabetes, but in all of us, right? We don't want our blood sugar levels to rise and fall rapidly because it just doesn't feel good, and it causes all sorts of things to happen within our bodies. For example, if you have a low blood sugar, you're going to feel shaky and dizzy and overly hungry. Maybe you're going to sweat. It's not a great feeling. When your blood sugars tank like that, you have cravings. You need quick sugar, like I mentioned earlier. So the best thing for you to do is to make sure you're eating in a way that balances your blood sugar levels. Again, this is something we do tackle when we talk about gentle nutrition. But if you're experiencing highs and lows with your blood sugar level, it's probably important for you to reach out to me for a little bit of some education and support in this area so that your blood sugar levels can remain stable. All right, there you have it. 5 reasons why you may be snacking at midnight and it feels out of control, and 5 ways that you can flip that around to really provide your body what it needs throughout the course of the day. And if by chance it is emotional hunger that's driving that eating at midnight, to understand that it's okay to reach out for support if you're unable to uncover what those feelings and emotions are. All right, that's it for today's episode of the Diet Free Zone show. Please give a like, hit subscribe, share with those who can benefit, and join me next time on the Diet Free Zone show.